Hi, everybody. I've been getting a lot of comments from people over the last um, few days. Um, I received, it's not a lot of people, it's like 4 or 5 people, but I hear ripples beyond that, and I just want to make it very clear. Um, I don't know what else I have to say. It's like everybody, not everybody, but a few are whispering behind the scenes, like, what does she really mean? Well, let me tell you what I really mean. I'm, I believe in doing what's right for people, our people, their people, everybody's people. I don't want anybody to be hungry or afraid or hurt.
This will be great with coffee.
My husband likes my cookies, and he just walked in and made a comment on something I baked. You know, I want to take care of the people I care about. And when I got it was just ridiculous. I'm online, nobody's watching us. Everybody stopped watching because of something market said. Let me tell you something. Was a time that I supported and voted for John Edwards. John Edwards was pig. He uh, cheated on his wife. He did awful, unspeakable things. And I supported him because I believed his bullshit. My brother has the same issue right now with the person he's supporting. I know people who were ruined by Donald Trump. I know people who were driven into the ground, who lost their homes, their businesses, who were placed in a position nobody should be placed in. Because this man is a psychopath. And he is. I know that. My brother happens to have a more charitable notion about him. But I thought good things about horrible people too. And right now we have Joe Biden in office, as Dr. Schindler says, and Edward, sorry, a bunch of people. Just because he's a better person than Donald Trump doesn't make him a very good person. And yeah, he's a better person. He's more on our side than not. But he was bought out by China. Donald Trump owes a lot of money to Russia, and they both have been bought out by two different sides. They're both pretty despicable human beings. And Joe Biden is slightly less dangerous, so that's why they don't have him as heavily pulled in and held to account as they have Trump. They're both, you know, it's the Republicans versus the Democrats. They're both run by criminal syndicates. And right now, um, the criminal syndicates that used to run us have been brought to bear, and they're being held to account for the crap they've done. That's why Trump is getting a lot of money taken out of him. I don't feel a damn bit sorry for him. And I don't feel sorry for Joe Biden. I think both sides have done our country a considerable disservice. We need a party or two parties or four parties or five that will legitimately care about our people. And now our intelligence agencies, all the dark government that these people are terrified of, both parties. The reason they're terrified of them is they're the ones going after them. And they are the ones who are going to be out and about and showing us what's going on. And there's so much we haven't been told. And we need to be told all of that. And if they don't tell us, we need to go after them and make sure it comes out. My brother is a good man. He and I have locked horns on so many issues over the years. But we grew up in a house with an alcoholic mother and an abusive father. And he has a much more charitable view of them than I do. I think they were basically both narcissists. I'm going through therapy right now, and I've forgiven my mother, and I'm now in the process of going through that with my father. But neither one of them were that worried about their kids. They were more worried about their own situation, mainly because of their own backgrounds and how that sucked. So there's a whole lot of stuff we have been through. We watched our mother die slowly. She was maybe 80 pounds when she died. She was swollen and yellow, and it was awful. We watched our father die. We watched our grandparents die. We lost our big sister, and then our baby sister. And then he lost his wife. And this wasn't that long ago. So, yeah, my brother has some political views that annoy me, and I have some that annoy him. But my basic views are both sides are full of shit. And we need a party that will look after all of us. And I don't mean aunts or, babysitters or shit like that. I mean people who will provide a background, a foundation for us that we deserve. And other countries have it, why not us? We don't have it, they tell us, because we need to be the foundation for the democratic structure of the world. Yeah, well, maybe not. And you guys have to decide that. Maybe you want to go and follow in the ways of China and Russia. And maybe that's what you want. And if that's the case, so be it. We need to lock up our gates and take care of our own. And this country has just been screwed over by a bunch of rich people. And they're the ones behind most of this. They talk about Russia and China. It's our own people with them. I mean, I could give you lists of names, but they went over there and sat at the table on July 4th in Russia and met with these people. And the very idea of that shows you that these people are not our own. They're in another segment of society. They are more concerned about creating some kind of fascist system that will make the rich people all fine and dandy, and the rest of us just have to contend. Anyway, my brother's a good man. He has a good heart. He raised a daughter who has 2 degrees. She's a master's in business, and she has an RN, and she is a brilliant young lady and has 2 wonderful children whom he also largely supports. And I have these friends of mine, supposed friends of mine, leaking in there going, I don't care if your sexuality and your gender preference. I have my own, okay? We all should have respect and dignity, and we should be accepted for who we are. Mark agrees with that. But we need to also respect other people's opinions and not merely those of the people we agree with. I have friends who have all manner of different viewpoints, and it breaks my heart that I have people who come in. How dare you? Have you been so taken over by these brainwashing cults from the left and the right that you can't think for yourselves? Is that what it's come to? We're all enemies, or unless we're on the same side? Maybe you're wrong. Maybe he's a little right. Maybe you're a little right. Maybe he's totally wrong. I've told him that. But he's a human being and he's a right to his viewpoint, and he's my brother. I don't have any other family, but I have two nieces and a nephew and two grandniece, a grandniece and a grandnephew. In terms of blood relations, and I also have my father has a half brother he never knew who has some children, but that's the extent of my family. I don't have you guys with your mom and dad, and I don't have that. Okay? My son has his own family. He's more busy than I could ever imagine. And he and his children and his wife, they have their own lives. Okay? So I don't want to be too much of a bother to them. I don't want to be a bother to my brother. But I want to have contact with them. So I love my friends too, but so help me. There are a couple of you who are absolutely obnoxious about this issue. And I try to keep in mind what your views are. I fully accept that I'm probably wrong about a lot of stuff. And all I know is the things I have learned through the people I interact with. That's all I know. But all I do know that these people have been correct for 4 years. They've told me things that were going to happen that happened. And they've told me things weren't going to happen that did not. So my trust is in their record of accomplishments and information. So that's where I am. And they cannot take our Social Security away from us. The Democrats used that for so long to terrify us. They can't do it. It would destroy the foundations of our economy. They can't take away welfare. They can't. So stop it. Stop being terrified by these idiots in their three-piece suits. And they're back to three-piece suits again. Our country isn't going anywhere. It's not going to be broken up. No other country in the world can do it. Just ours. Believe me, I wish there was someone else. I'm so pissed at the attitudes we get. Go over to YouTube and do a search for Hate America and see all of the people that pop up talking about us. Believe me, I wish we could throw it all away. There's a handful of countries that don't hate us, and that's about it. So, at that, I know my friends don't. Oh, please, I'm talking about the same idiots we have here in their, turned into that version of individual. And they're all alike. Anyway, that's it. I wanted to explain. FanFlock is going away because I just can't take it anymore. Everything has been turned into just utter nonsense. And Mark had his comment the other day, and My email blew up. Shut up. If you have such a hatred of someone who disagrees with you, then leave me. Drop me. I don't hate people who disagree with me. I try to find middle ground. Yeah, I'm a liberal. I have been since I was a little kid. But I'm not an idiot, and I realize there's all kinds of people on the left who are as big a moron as the ones on the right. So, that's it for today. Bye.